Hello, everyone. Just seeing if this is working. Say hello. I know this is not what I normally do, but I thought it would be fun. I used to see this happen on like TikTok when I still used TikTok, which I don't. I haven't been on TikTok since March, and I've been plenty happy without it. I don't miss it much at all. But I remember seeing some like Etsy shops and artists who would do these like pack orders with me, and I thought it would be fun. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. Maybe a productivity sprint at some point too. We'll see. I'll give people some time to hop on. I figured we would just, maybe do some Q&A while I do this. First, I have Patreon books to pack. So these are the books that I annotated this month for my 6 patrons who get annotated books. And then one of these is a giveaway, which I need to draw the winner of that. I don't know if I'll do that here, but I will pack the book anyway. So I'm going to start with these. And then I do have the link for the store in the description. If you use the Book Refuge 10, you'll get 10% off. I have like my entire inventory up here. I thought this would be cute. Although as I start pulling orders out, I may have to do some stuff to get it to stay. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully you want to hang out for a little bit. Maybe you can use this as a productivity or a reading sprint for you while we're here. But I just get lonely on nights sometimes, not doing anything this Saturday night. So we're going to chill out. So some of my packing supplies, let me show you what I have. So I have the cute little notes to put in the packages. I'll just write someone's name and I say like hi on there. I just got these new bags in. Of course, they're sticking. These ones are the really like thin ones that say like thank you on these. So these will be for the book sleeves since they're not really going to get like damaged in the trip, especially how I wrap them up. But these are what I sent. This is what I was using. But I really save these to use for my books so that the books stay safe. But when I've ordered book sleeves before, I've got them in bags like this. And they've stayed perfectly safe. If I end up hearing that they don't, I will switch it up. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, if you end up ordering during the live, we will be able to get to yours there. So yeah, what is everybody reading tonight? What do you got going on? And I'll see if there's some questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to get started. And as questions pop up, I'll get to them. Also, I'll show you everything right next. So here's my inventory. I'll put it all up there behind me. So the new designs, the ones I already have. I have my, of course, tape and like washi tape and stuff. And then right over here, this was a bit of a thing because if I sat at my table, it would honestly be more work because I would have had to put my lights and my computer over at the table. So I instead brought my scale and my shipping thing over here because, since my air conditioner still isn't put in yet, this shelf that is normally in the way is gone, right? It's usually right here. So for this one day, this worked well because I'm able to plug everything into my electronics outlet, which is normally covered by it. So anyway, this is my awkward setup for everything, right? So let's see. Hi, Hannah. Just got back from shopping and you're working on your junk journal for the Romance Readathon. Oh, that's awesome. Taking breaks to read Fires of Winter. That is Joanna Lindsay, right? Love it. Hi, Cool Gamer. Hello. Hi, Stacy. Thank you for your support. You are amazing. Love that you could stop by. Oh, Warda, thank you for staying up to hang out with me for a little bit. Feel free to go to sleep whenever you need to, but thanks for staying up for me. I love it. Hello, Heather. Happy Saturday. Thanks for stopping by. Sarah, movie reviewer. I have one question. Where do you find your dark romance novels? Non-ebooks. Okay, got it. I was like, was that a typo? Non-ebooks. Well, these days I can find them at Barnes and Noble. Or I order the copies from Amazon. I don't really have a better answer to that than that. Because I do discover all of my dark romance. I either discover it from Instagram or from online while I'm searching around. And I'll be honest, the only place I really buy it from is either Amazon or Barnes and Noble has some. But honestly, it's cheaper on Amazon. Having Prime, getting free shipping, and they have a better choice. So I don't have a super better answer for you than that. But yeah, I mean, I order my physical books from Amazon, which is the same place that I get my ebooks from. So sorry if I don't have a better answer for that. Sometimes I can find used copies on thriftbooks.com. But usually the ones on Thrift Books are just from the same like sellers that also can sell it through other ways. So honestly, the cheapest is going to be Amazon for me. Jenny, working through Hunting Adeline tonight. Nice. Okay, I need to get started on wrapping because I am going to get stuff done while we're here. So Srivasha, sorry if I can't pronounce anything. Also, this will be interesting wrapping it because I need to have my fan blowing on me because, again, no air conditioner. So we'll see how using my tissue paper works. It could be pretty interesting. So first book we're wrapping up here is Any Duchess Will Do, which I just finished rereading. That's why I actually set this for 6:15 because I needed to finish my reread of this first. So this is for Lisa. So Lisa, if you watch this, I just finished rereading Your Duchess Will Do, and I loved it. It was so good. Holly Jane, hi. Just started reading Bound to the Battle God and organizing your cross stitch threads. Oh, that's awesome. I was just working on a cross stitch before this. The book that I'm trying to finish tonight, I should finish it tonight while I'm doing this, is Aragon. I saw that Crystal finished hers early, and I had to finish Any Duchess Will Do before I can finish Aragon. But while I was waiting to start the stream, I finished, and then I started a new project, which will be flowers. I haven't done actually a flowered one in a little while, so I love that you're organizing your cross stitch threads, Holly. That's awesome. Warda is reading If Only You by Chloe Leese. That's awesome. I need to get caught up on her books. I was caught up on her one series, and then I got behind. I did read one of the books in her like traditionally published series she has going on, but I'm behind with her indie ones. I need to catch up on those. Heather says, I've been reading Lindsay Buroker, just finished Wanted, and I'm anxiously awaiting her last book in her half-dwarf elf series. Ooh, I've never heard of that author before. That's cool. So this one is for Lisa. This one fits in one of the tiny pouches. I wish more books fit into the tiny pouches because they're so cute. So I'm not shipping the Patreon books yet. Hopefully I'll ship them on Tuesday when I get my Patreon payday, because I'll have to ship all these. But Etsy, they take the shipping out of the money there, so I'll be putting the labels on those ones. But the Patreon ones, I'm just going to get them all wrapped so that they're ready to ship out on either Monday or Tuesday today. I'm also paranoid about these like coming open, so I close them and then I always add tape. So if you ever get a package from me and you're like, why is this so hard to open? It's because I'm paranoid that something will happen to them. So, hi, Amanda. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Jenn. Thank you for stopping to say hello. You're reading Dark Desires After Dusk. That's one I don't hear about a lot. I feel like I always hear about like Dark Deeds at Night's Edge or something. I need to start a reread of her books. Jessin rereads them all the time, which makes me a little jealous. I wish jealous. I wish I had time to do that, but I do not. But yeah, I need to reread them before the next one comes out. All right, next I have 2 copies of Flawless. One of these is for Kyan. Hi, Kyan, if you're watching. She decided she wants this whole series before the couple covers are all gone. Which, by the way, I should tell you this. This book, which I think it's still this copy, they're running out of their stock of it, is only $8 for the paperback on Amazon right now. Just saw that today when I put the link for it in my weekly wrap up, which goes up tomorrow. So there might still be a chance that you're getting this cover, and it's only $8.50. Just putting it out there. Snag it if you can. Yay. Sarah says, oh, well, there's no worry, Sarah. I just didn't know where you were looking for it at all. Joanna Lindsay has one with the same title, but it's Roberta Gillis. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't really follow the historical headlines anymore, so I have a couple from that author, though. I was looking through my shelves the other day to get ready for the readathon. You'll see in my, I just put my August TBR in up for channel members, and I picked 20 different historicals to try. I don't know that I'll get to all of them, but I had so many saved up on both my Kindle from when we had like freebies, as well as books in my physical library that I'm going to try to get to. So yeah, I was going through my shelves to pick some, so I'm really excited. Well, hi, little poet boy. Glad you could join. We're just hanging out tonight. As the title says, I'm just packing some orders right now. So, just hanging out. Snagged 3 more of your sleeves. I saw that order come in, Amanda. Thank you so much. We will get to packing that very soon. I can't wait. And anyone who's just joining, the main focus of this, as I said, will be packing Etsy orders, but I had some Patreon orders to pack up first. So I'm going to do those, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. So if you want to order anything, the link is in the description for those. Ooh. And I'm answering questions, by the way. You can tell me what you're reading. You can give me a book suggestion, give me a video suggestion, or give me, just make a comment. We're just hanging out. I said, like, I get lonely on the weekends sometimes, the single woman that I am. And I was like, I want some friends. So, hey, Ember. Finished Hawthorne Legacy this morning, reading The Way of Kings now. Has anyone else had a problem with Barnes & Noble where the books on the shelves are already damaged? I have never seen that. I have not seen that. I do wonder if they have specific rules about like what stuff they have to keep. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I would definitely complain about it, because especially at Barnes & Noble where you're paying more than you pay for like Amazon, which, I mean, I know Amazon can F stuff up for sure. Like, that happens all the time when I, whether I'm ordering books for myself or they're books for patrons and stuff. they mess stuff up. But Barnes & Noble really shouldn't have a reason to do that. So I don't know. I have not had that happen. Hey, Sherry, you started The Man Upstairs by Jade West. Have you heard reviews yet? I have not, and I'm staying away from them. So don't tell me anything. I downloaded it. I don't know when I'll be able to read it. Her books are always so damn long. Okay. And the last one that came out, we were not friends. I was not friends with the storyline in that one. The Man Upstairs definitely looks more up my alley, and I trust Jade West. One book that I don't like isn't enough to throw me off at all, because the last 4 books before that one were fucking beautiful, so I'm definitely going to read it. But I have not seen reviews, and I haven't looked at anything yet for that one. So I do not know anything about it. Hello, Mary. You just got home from Oppenheimer. If you need a break from reading, it was amazing. Oh, that's cool. I probably won't. The only movie that I plan to go see this summer is Mission Impossible. I still want to see that. But otherwise, I gotta be honest, neither Barbie or Oppenheimer really have caught my attention. Neither has Indiana Jones. That one, I'm not really big on it. I'd honestly rather save the money and stay home and watch true crime or read my books. But I'm seeing good stuff about it. I'll probably watch reviews about it. But I don't know if I'll go. But I am hearing wonderful things. So I'm glad you got out of the house and did something fun. I love it. I love it. Hey, Mel, you'll have to tell us if the convention was still a good time without any writers or actors there. Because I knew that you were going, and I was kind of like, that might be an interesting one to go to. So you'll have to tell me. You don't have to say it on here if you don't want, but you'll have to message me about Comic-Con and tell me how it was. Hey, Amanda. Okay, you're reading it for the first time and starting Pleasures of the Dark Prince. That is awesome. Love, love, love that series for sure. I can't wait for there to be more. Mm-hmm. All right. And I have another copy of Flawless going out to somebody. Sometimes I have patrons who don't pick which book they want me to do. So then I get to pick which book to do for them. So, and when I do that, I tend to pick one that I've already annotated or will be annotating to give myself a break. Because there have been some months, very rarely, but there have been a couple months of Patreon where everyone picked a book I hadn't read yet or hadn't annotated yet. And that really was tough for me. This month, there was, 5 out of the 7 that I hadn't read before or annotated. So it took me a lot. Thankfully, this next month, I have annotated 3 of the 7. So that will help me out. But that's the risk. They're allowed to pick whatever book they want. Sometimes they try to be nice to me and they're like, you picked Jenn. And I'm like, nope. If I do, you'll get what you get. But it's good stuff. You know, it's good stuff. It has been so much fun annotating books for people this last year. So come on, tissue paper. I know you want to blow all over the damn place. But I need you to work with me. Tissue paper and I have a love-hate relationship, okay? It's a thing. All right. Started A Breath of Snow and Ashes. Starting A Breath of Snow and Ashes just as soon as you finish season 5. That's awesome. Love it. Love it so much. I'm going to skip down to this real quick. I don't know if someone answered you already, but they haven't. Naomi's teasing us because we are supposed to get it before the end of the year. So I think within the next couple of weeks, we will get both the cover and the official date for, I think it'll be the novella. Are we getting the novella first or the book first? I'm not sure. But she's teasing us with the cover and the date. So I think we'll get it soon. Stacy, even though I typically do it Sundays, decided to do laundry. Love it. Feel like it was a good time. I love it. Love it so much. Hello, Jess. Thanks for stopping by to hang out. Just finished Beauty and Scars. Oh, yeah. Mafia, Beauty and the Beast retelling by M.L. Philpott. Not sure what to pick up next, but I'm thinking You with a View by Jessica Joyce. I've never heard of either of those authors, so that's cool. Lindsay Broker writes urban fantasy, high fantasy, and science fiction. Nice. Oh, you must be talking about my TBR. Yes, my TBR is huge. I'm so excited. I tried to pick quite a few that will be on audio because for historicals, I gotta say that's the easiest. But then I picked a few because a lot of the freebies that I have are novellas, right? So those will be, knock it off. Those will be the like physical ones that I try. So I'm excited to do that for sure. Your TBR is going to be ridiculous. Love it. Have you read Jamie Begley? I have not. If you want to, Mary, I think in the description of this, I have my book rec form. So if any of you watching have a recommendation during this, you can put it right into my book rec form so that I don't forget it. Since it's on a live stream, the comments don't show up the same way. So feel free to put that in there for me, Mary, so that I can look that up later. Where did I just put my marker at? Oh. Okay. Hi, Bex. Hello. Debbie. Hi, Jennifer. Well, hello, Debbie. Currently reading Antihero. That's awesome. Yes, I've seen damaged books on the shelf at Barnes & Noble before. Honestly, we don't go there much anymore. Amazon because of KU library and used bookstores are my primary sources. Like it. Been devouring the Ice Planet Barbarians along with supplemented novellas. I can't put them down. Thank goodness they're short books. Yes, I love it. Okay, I'd love to hear your thoughts on CC controversy. Okay, all right. First off, I'll say I don't feel like it's a controversy. I think this is pretty well established for Bloomsbury and the big ones to do this. I know that we want to feel butthurt because we want all of them, but I don't know. I picked the one I want and it's the one that I want. The scenes will show up online. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Whether it's because people just share the scenes and they show up. Like I remember when there was the alternate copies of Wings and Ruin and there was the Cassian and Nesta chapter and that showed up on freaking Pinterest. There was screenshots of it that showed up on Pinterest. I'm not saying it's good. I don't think that pirating anyone's books are good, whether you are Juliet Cross, a tiny author, or whether you're Sarah J. Maas. But I definitely think like that's more of the risk you're taking when you put out 5 editions. And I think they're going to make enough money that those pirated books won't hurt you. I also think that traditionally published authors, to a degree, like, I listened to an author tell me this, by the way, because I'm not an analysis on the market. So I'm not here to, like, I still don't think it's right. Let me be clear. I don't think it's right. But in the same way that a chain store like Walmart, right, they have a certain percentage of loss prevention that is like expected losses that's built into their finances. Do you know what I mean? Again, that doesn't mean they deserve to be stolen from. I don't think anyone should be stolen from, whether you're a huge corporation or your next door neighbor. I do not. But my point in saying that is that I believe that there is a certain amount built in for someone like Sarah J. Maas to be pirated against, it's not going to stop people from reading her, and it's not going to like, she's not going to be at risk of losing her publishing contract, right? In the way that an indie author literally risks everything if someone steals their work and publishes it. Does that make sense? Again, I am not giving anyone a blanket to do that. I'm just saying I picked the edition of the book that I want. I was able to get the Walmart edition as soon as it dropped. That has the Nestia and Nestia. We'll just call it that. That has the Nestia chapters and Bryce. That's what I want. If other people want to buy 5 editions of a book to get 3 to 4 pages of a chapter, like, to me, that's more on other people than it is on me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's on the companies offering them that they're trying to draw people to buy their copy. You know what I mean? Like, they want to have something to offer an incentive, and so they do. I don't know what else to like say about it. Again, I don't think that it is like, I don't think there's anything wrong with them doing that. So I don't really see it as a controversy. I think that it feels crazy because there's 5 editions of it. But again, like, I think you make the choice if you're going to buy them all or not. Like, I'm just not. I'm not even going to contemplate it. I picked the one I want. It's the one that I want. And I'm going to go with it. And maybe I'm being like kind of like how I am about it, but I love special editions. If there's books that I do want the special editions for, I'll get them. But I don't really care. I just am like, as long as those sub chapters aren't vital to the story, like, I'm not going to miss anything if I don't have them, then I don't feel left out. But that's just me. That's just me. Anyway, I need to move along. I'll see what other people say when we get down to it. But my thoughts are good for her. Like, honestly, I know there was some people in the comments of Honest Fiction's video. She did a little 2-minute video just starting a conversation, which I thought was brilliant. You should go watch it and see. And there's some people saying shame on Sarah J. Maas for it. I mean, that's definitely not how I feel. I think it's a little ridiculous that there's 5. And like, why do I need Bryce's mom's chapter? Like, why are you writing that? Like, why do we need that? If I was that book chain, I would be kind of pissed that, like, really, you gave me this person's chapter? You know what I mean? I feel like Walmart and Target and them, like, got the really good chapters, right? And everyone else, it's kind of like, oh, you can have this person. Anyway, I don't know. I'm probably talking in circles and making some people mad. I don't know. My feeling is, like, good for Sarah J. Maas that many different book chains want an exclusive edition and are getting one. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just can't believe how big she's blown up. I mean, I've loved her for almost 10 years now, but I can't believe how big she's got. And to me, it's exciting that it gets that many, and I won't feel like I'm missing out on it. Like, but that's me. I won't feel like I'm missing out. I picked what I wanted, and I'm going with it. Wasn't too hyped about Barbie, but a friend of yours said it was great. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad. Oh my gosh, haven't seen a movie since 2019. Just started Poldark TV series, and if it's still great by season 2, I may pick up the books. Oh my gosh, Gemma, those books are so good. Those books are so good. The TV show eventually pissed me off, even though the TV show is the whole reason I read the books. Same with Outlander, by the way. The TV show is the whole reason that I read the books, and the books were so good. I was devastated when I finished reading the series. Here's an exclusive word. Let me tell you this. There's an exclusive chapter of Poldark that's an epilogue. It takes place, I think, 10 years after the very last book. Or maybe it's just a couple years after. Either way. And it's Christmas at Nempara. And it is only available to be read at the library in the town where the author, like, lived. The only place you can read it is at the library in that town. Never been able to find it online anywhere because they've kept that a secret. Talk about an exclusive chapter that you can't get access to. I'm never going to get over there to read that. That's devastating. Sarah J. Maas, it's going to show up. Pretty much just make it to the theater for Marvel. Love it. Love it. Love it. Red Painted Scars this week was much shorter than I was expecting. Yeah, that series, there isn't any books over 300 pages, which was kind of cool. Need to continue. I do love it. Deadlock was good. It's an Australian mystery show. Definitely some broad chicks. I'm late. Hi, Shan. Thanks for stopping by. All right, next book I need to wrap is You and Me. This one is for Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa, for picking this book. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite reads of the year. Broke my heart, and put it back together. It was beautiful. I can't wait to read more. Current read is again The Magic by Lisa Kleypas. Love it. They're doing the live show for that in a little bit, by the way. It's really good. Wish that after a year or something, the bonus chapters would be available either free on their website or I'd pay a couple bucks for the version. Yeah, And here's the thing too, and we'll get to this because it's like being called a controversy for it. And like, I understand people being upset and people who are fanatics. There's some people who literally have every version of every book that she's ever done because they are collectors and they are vicious for it. And I respect the hell out of that. I wish I had enough money to be able to do that, especially these days with the resale market. That's never going to happen. I'm just happy I have original copies of everything, right? That's all I'm happy that I have. So there's going to be some people that need it. I don't need it. I'm not one who really needs the extra chapters. It's just not me, but I know some people will. And I do agree that it would be cool if it was in a bind up later on, put all the bonus chapters in one, and then you could charge people for that, and maybe that will be something if people are really pissed, because that's the thing. There are some people who are like, it's so unfair. And I'm like, I mean, I don't have $300 to buy 5 editions. And I don't need to. I mean, I'm probably going to have 3 editions. So let's be real. The audio, the physical, and the ebook, because I'll pre-order the ebook so I can have it the minute that it drops, and same with the audiobook. So I will probably have 3 versions of it. So there's that. Didn't even realize there was a controversy. Yeah. Yep. I'm super excited. It's less than 200 days. Someone had posted that a little bit ago, 200 days. And I can't wait. It'll be great. That's what I said too. They just made a Kindle file that had all the file chapters you could download and additional costs. Yeah. And that's the thing that they'll have to decide is if stuff gets pirated and they want to be making that money, they could do it. That's what I mean is I think with those big companies, and again, not advocating for piracy. I think it's trash. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought because I started reading someone else's comment. I think they have a built-in buffer knowing that some things will be pirated. And again, Sarah J. Maas isn't at risk of being removed from anything. That is why it is such a horrible thing to KU authors. There's some authors who their book isn't even out yet, and they can see that there's 300 copies of their book to somebody, and those are 300 copies of their book that aren't going to be read on KU. And not only will they not get read on KU, they could be kicked off of KU because someone did it. You have Sarah J. Maas, who, again, has the protection of that. There's no effing way Amazon's kicking her off. And that's why there's definitely a prejudice for the smaller authors, because Amazon knows they're not losing anything if they do that. They'll kick you off and they'll keep your money. And that's why pirates need to fucking think about what they're doing. They're hurting the book industry. But again, when that happens to someone like Sarah J. Maas, she's not at threat of losing anything. So if they don't want to make the money on that and someone's going to pirate it and list it somewhere, she's not at threat of anything. I still think it's crappy. It's still not a victimless crime, because doesn't she deserve the money she makes? Whether she's a millionaire from her books or not, doesn't she deserve it? Why should she have to get less because people want to steal? Anyway, that's my point. But again, if they wanted to make the money off of that, they definitely could. She could do a bind up of all the bonus scenes that she's done a few years after and make $5 more a person off of that. I would buy it that way. Absolutely, I would. So anyway, I need to stop rambling about this. I'm sure I'm making someone angry, but that's my opinion. That's what we're here for. Totally get what you're saying. I see both sides. I think it's a bit much. Yeah, might be a bit much. But again, I say good for her. The fact that many different chains are requesting a special version. So something to keep in mind too, all of the authors that we love that are indie, that are getting traditionally published, Bloom Books has to offer special things in those so that you'll get it. The Sophie Lark copies, they're basically the same damn cover, except they made the thing bolder. But they're going to have extra artwork from Lena in them, and some of them will have bonus chapters. So there will be people who are big enough collectors that will be like, I have to have those versions too. So I'm going to grab them. You know what I mean? So, see, I'm taking too long to do stuff. We haven't even got to the Etsy stuff yet, but it's all good. Remember, if you're new, if you join, I'll be doing the Etsy order soon. And you can order during the live, and I will package up your order shortly. You and me. I didn't like that the actors and writers didn't go because of all the panels I usually go to were really packed, that people didn't usually go to. They were easy to get into before. I see. So the stuff you love wasn't the things that the actors were in, and now the people had nowhere else to go. Yeah, that writer's strike and the actor strike, that's going to be a rough one. It's going to hit us. Are indie authors different than big chains like me? I don't know. I think they'll just get do you mean indie bookstores? Are they getting the different editions? I think they're just going to get, I think they'll also be just a plain edition too that doesn't have any bonus chapters. Because yeah, like my copy of, where did I get mine at? Did I get it at Target or did I get it at, I can't remember where I ordered my Crescent City 2 from, but mine doesn't have anything extra in it. So I think 5 versions is a bit much, but I'll be buying 0 versions of any of the SJM stuff. I'm definitely not her audience. So if it's your jam, then pick 1 or pick 5 or whatever. Okay, Heather. Fair enough. Fair enough. My thoughts. Don't like the greed of the publishers and businesses. Stop giving them your money. It's not unfair, in my opinion. Oh, if you don't like the greed, stop giving them your money. Okay. Had to add that in there. It's not unfair, in my opinion. They're just taking advantage of what will get them money and us as consumers decide. I mean, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That is capitalism / consumerism. It's the same thing that goes on with like the resale market, which gets absolutely brutal and vicious, although is something I have taken part in myself before. I have paid off partial loans by reselling some books. So I won't say I'm completely innocent of that. I've taken advantage of it as well as been burned by it at the same time. So we choose what we spend our money on. And being an adult who this is now my career, I can make it a business expense. Not everybody can do that. There are some people who will be excluded from buying a pretty edition, but hopefully they'll still be able to get it at their library or things like that. That makes me sad for people who will miss out on it completely, but hopefully you'll get it that way. Just started Fractured Freedom, and OMFG, I've read so much of it already. Who is that one by, Starcats? I don't know who that's by. For me, it was a little disappointing since I'm newer to SJM and I missed some of the earlier ones. Yes. Nope. I totally understand. I'm so glad you started reading. And I totally get that. I mean, again, I go back to the fact that, I mean, this has happened with so many different series that you just kind of luck into it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Fourth Wing, I say this. I got a pretty edition. I bought it the day of. I didn't hear any hype about it. I just heard my friends were reading it for book club and I wanted it. And look at what the fuck has happened with that. Like, holy crap. That has went banana cakes, you know? And with Sarah J. Maas, I mean, she was already like a big deal when I found her, but there were like one of the ACOTAR was the first ones that even like had multiple editions of stuff that I remember. So yeah, but no, it's a bummer to come in later. And that, like, I totally agree with that. As I said, I think that the extras should be eventually offered as a pay for it version. Because, yeah, what if you find her 40 years from now and you hear about these elusive bonus things that weren't available, right? You know, even like Katie Robert, right, who I was a patron of for a couple years. I started following her really during the gosh, what's it called? Pandemic. I had read her before the pandemic, but I joined her Patreon during the pandemic. And she puts out bonus shorts every month. And then we would have exclusive access to those. And then eventually she did a bind up of all of her bonus shorts after they'd been available to her patron people for quite a while. And then she did a bind up and put it on Amazon. So yeah, like, and here's the thing too, like we talk about the greed of the publishers. Again, I come back to like, why wouldn't you do a bind up of it that you're going to get a cut of it? You know what I mean? Just do it. I've never read SJM, and at this point, I don't even know where to start, even though I'm curious to see what the buzz is about. Well, Shan, I have the entire rereadathon that we did during the whole of 2022 and the beginning of this year. And there was a lot of people who did that for the first time. It does take some time. We spread it out over a year. There's people I've watched do it within a month, which is a lot. I highly recommend her audiobooks. And I mean, her world is becoming a joint world, but that doesn't mean you can't start any series where you want to start it. And then someday you can read the whole thing as an arc, right? Like you can just start with ACOTAR, like many, many people do, or start with Crescent City. Melissa I don't know if Melissa's watching, but Melissa started with Crescent City because that series is less intimidating. Even though they're big books, it's like less intimidating than reading a series of 8 books or a series of 5, you know? And then she went back and like read everything, right? So yeah, there's that. Anyway, push your favorite books on others. That's what we're here for, man. Hello, welcome. Hello. Just got here. Hey, Reading Frenzy. We're just hanging out. I'm taking way too long to wrap everything. I haven't even got to the Etsy orders yet. We will shortly. Almost there. Fractured Freedom is by Shane Rose. Ah, yes. I've read a book in that series. Hi, Allie. Where are you at tonight? Where are you located tonight? Let us know. All right, now I have Reckless. This is for Daniela. I knew I'd end up talking more than doing stuff, but that's okay. We'll get to the Etsy orders in a minute. Once I start those, it'll be easier to like focus because I have to go on a different screen so I won't get as distracted by y'all. But I'm here. I'm here for it. This one's going to Germany. So happy that all the books I've sent to Daniela over the last year have always made it. I'm always so nervous that they won't. But thankfully they always have. Sometimes they get held up in customs for forever. But they've always made it. So currently reading Scandals of the Father. Oh, that's awesome. Zoe Blake book there. The first print of Fourth Print was their trial, and it did so good. They're going to continue with first edition print. Oh, yeah. Amazon has already pushed me to pre-order. Yep. I mean, I wasn't going to, but then they ended up having I got a really good coupon for it, and I got it for pretty cheap. So I was like, okay, I'm pre-ordering Fourth Wing, because I know if I don't, I won't get as lucky this time around, because people are sharked for it now. So I went and did it. Hey, Lisa. Hey. Dramatized versions of the audiobooks make it easier for me to tackle. Yes. I know. And Silver Flames, the first one comes out the end of the month. That one's only in 2 parts, which is kind of cool. I think why, though, I know this is funny, but a lot of that book is like internal in Nesta's head. So I think it might be like faster to get through than some of the other books where there are so many characters all the time. But anyway, I'm really excited for Silver Flames. I don't know if I'll listen to the dramatized version of Frost and Starlight, but I 1000% am going to listen to the dramatized version of Silver Flames. Highly recommend that. It's so good. It's so good. Read Crescent City first because I honestly had never heard of SJM because I stopped reading for a while, saw it on the shelf in the library, and picked it up. Yeah, you can start with any one of the series, absolutely. The reread along that we did was just because of, no spoilers, but specifically something that happens at the end of Sky and Breath blew my brain. And I was like, I want to go back to the beginning and read these all in order, because I had reread ACOTAR multiple times, but I hadn't reread any of the other books because getting through Throne of Glass was a super emotional journey for me. It was beautiful, but it was a very emotional journey for me. And I wasn't like ready to do it again. But doing the rereadathon, doing it with friends, going through all the theories, going through everything was amazing. And so I'm definitely going to reread Crescent City and Sky and Breath before the next one, just because I definitely should. But for the other ones, if there's any connections, I'm just going to go back and watch our live shows. A lot of those are 2 to 4 hours. Some of them are very long. We go into all the details, all the theories we could think of. And it was an absolute blast. I loved it so much. Just honestly, I loved it so much. And yeah, her writing isn't perfect, but it gave me it gives me such a good reading experience because I enjoy it so much and I care about the characters so much. So for me, that's like all I need. If it doesn't work for some people, it doesn't. Like, I definitely don't look down on anyone who doesn't completely love her or anything, but I am a bit of a stan. I'm just a little bit of a stan. Missouri, your sister came to see you, so she's around. Oh, well, that's cool. Hi, Allie's sister. Reading the latest Jessica Kane, Blast from the Past. Not my favorite, but not the worst. I mean, that's kind of how I describe her all the time. Not the best, but not the worst either. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I love it. Oh, we got another sale that just came in. That's awesome. Stacy, you the best, girl. You the best. I need to finish what I'm doing so I can get to these. I'm almost done. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the next one to wrap is Unbreak My Heart by Nicole Jacqueline. This one, I cried so much while reading this one. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful, but it broke me more than a little bit. Loved it. This one is for Como. We gotta send this to Como. Come on, tissue paper. Stop being difficult. Stacey, can't wait to reread A Court of Silver Flames on Graphic Audio. Yes. Yes, I have heard that they will be doing the other series. That is what people have said, that it will be happening. So that's awesome. I also really want to listen to, I don't know if any of you fantasy lovers have read this series, but the Red Rising series is being done in Graphic Audio. I fucking love that series. I thought the audios of that were very powerful just as is. I've only read the first 3 books in that. I never fully made it through like Iron Gold or more than that. But the trilogy is so strong. I love it so much. It's so good. What order does SJM go in? So when I did the reread last year, we went in her publication order. Okay. So I actually have them on my shelf in publication order. So it's the first 3 books in Throne of Glass. Then it's ACOTAR. Then the 4th book of Throne of Glass. Then it's Akamath. Then the 5th book of Throne of Glass. Then Wings in Ruin. Then the last one. Then it is Crescent City. Then, the novella fits in there somewhere, but then it's Crescent City, and then Silver Flames, and then Crescent City 2, and there'll be Crescent City 3. So definitely check out the playlist on mine. We have it all in order right there, which was epic. It was super epic to do. But also, you can just pick a series to start with if you want. And if you do that, I recommend that you either start with Throne of Glass or ACOTAR. That's my opinion. Just because Crescent City has so many details that make more sense if you've read at least one of the other series first. Because all of her books do connect. They do. Somehow, some way. I won't tell you how, but they do connect. So I suggest starting with ACOTAR as a romance lover, because I think that's the easiest to get hooked, even though Throne of Glass has some beautiful romances to it. Absolutely does. But for the people I've seen fall for it the most, they've started with Throne of Glass. But again, these are my opinions. These are absolutely my opinions. But that's my recommendation, is to do the ACOTAR series first. So start with A Court of Thorns and Roses and go through those. And then decide if you want to go to Throne of Glass, which is a very long, epic fantasy series, or if you want to go to Crescent City and do like the urban fantasy from there. So again, that's my opinion. Excited to get home, planning a new system for your bind packages. That's awesome. Finally getting on the train of making other stuff to send. Yeah, you've done some really cool stuff. Shan, just want you to know that you're one of my favorite romance booktubers because of how you discuss what you like and don't like and how you created such a safe place. Thank you, Shan. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me, so thank you very much. That is all I want to offer people, and any of the other drama that comes with it, I don't want to make space for, because we can debate. Just like I said, we can have different opinions on the Sarah J. Maas. We can have different opinions on which books are good and what they're not. I just want it to never get nasty and never to Crystal always says this very well, because it's something that I know. She shared it on her Instagram even today. You can go check out her story where she's like, why does, when you don't like a certain book or a certain author, people take it extremely personally? And now I'm not saying that accusatory, because I have definitely done that before too. When someone says, I think that this author is crap, or I think they don't have depth to their story, or I think this or whatever, it makes me feel like inferior as a reader that I didn't pick up on something other people do. Or I didn't, like this the way that I should, like other people do. And that's just not true. You can love whatever you want to love and not have any more reasons than it be for fun. And then there can be people who they need it to be more than fun. And that's absolutely valid as well. And I am friends with people who are all over the spectrum of that. And I just don't understand why we have to be in camps based on the books we like, because there is not a single person I have ever met, even some of my bestest buddies here on BookTube and some of my patrons who read all the books I recommend. There's not a single person that our book taste is 100% the same. And so if you can't be okay with that, I don't know what's up. The only thing I'm not, we can have the friendly debates. I'm perfectly happy if someone doesn't agree with a kink that I like, or they like a kink I don't like, or they think an author doesn't take enough time to do a certain story or not. That is completely up to them. Just say it in a respectful way. I don't know how that's had to become a thing in the last few years, but people get butt hurt over stuff that shouldn't hurt your butt, okay? Really enjoyed how Jenn laid it out. It was a great experience. Aw, Stacy, thank you. I love, too, that some people who had never read them before did do them in publication order. Because for most of us who are hosting it, they were rereads who did it. So I love that. Oh, I'm going to catch you. Good night, Warda. Thanks for staying up with us. Talk to you later. Graphic audio is the only way I can do an audiobook. The Innkeeper Chronicles and Kate Daniels are excellent. Oh, that's awesome. I've heard great things about those. If I ever read Kate Daniels, I will absolutely do it that way. Because I think that would be really fun. All right, one last book here. This one is the Patreon giveaway. So for now, I'm just going to wrap it up, and I'm already behind on what I wanted to do. We've almost been here an hour. So I will pick a winner out of my patrons later. But we read Against a Wall, which is by Kate C. Wells, and I had a really good time with this one. This one has an exclusive review on my Patreon, and someone will win the copy that I annotated, so I'm excited to share that. Behind an SJM, I think I have 6 books left of history. You know what, Allie? I wouldn't say you're behind. I say you should enjoy every book as you get it. But I get what you mean if you want to be caught up by the time the next one comes out. Then, yeah, you better catch up, girl, so nothing gets spoiled for you. But, man, I wish I had some of her books left I hadn't read, I guess I haven't read Catwoman, so there's that. Graphic audios are awesome. Listen to them through Hoopla. Yeah, I wish that Anyplay would get the rest of them. They only had up through part 1, I think, of Wings and Ruin. I don't know what happened. They probably got blocked out. This is your first time checking your Etsy store. Oh, cool. How have you thought about doing any other bookish supplies besides bookmarking covers? So that is a great question. Currently, no. Besides like the keychains that I have, and there's some bookish pouches, and I am testing out a pattern. And I say testing out because it is getting so difficult. I've tried 3 times and I ruined it 3 times and used a lot of fabric to do it. But I'm planning to have also a jumbo sleeve that will fit hardcovers as well as Kindle Scribe and like iPads, because I had someone ask about that. And I've also, I'm looking at trying a size that does that. And I also have some Yellowstone fabric left that will be some of the zipper pouches, but zippers are not my friend. I'm a very inexperienced sewer, we'll say that. So for me, the reason why there's only book sleeves and keychains and these are because that is where my talent lies. And there isn't really other bookish supplies that I make with fabric. I mean, if you can think of some that you'd, can point me towards, maybe, but for reals, my skills are pretty low with that. They're pretty low with that. And I'm okay with that. But these turn out cute because these are pretty easy to make. And I love finding these patterns. Like, I love finding these nerdy patterns and everything. They make me so happy. But, I'm definitely open to some suggestions of what you think you'd like to see in it. But for now, number 1, this is a side project. I have been working on, I've been making book sleeves for my patrons, and I made them for gifts, and I just, made too many. I'm not even kidding you. I will see a fun fabric, and I'll buy more than I should of it, and so I had all these extra sleeves, and there's only so many that I can give to the patrons because I can't just keep giving it away. I did need to recoup. I'm not even kidding you. I was doing my expenses yesterday. I've spent $500 on fabric this year, probably more than that. So I needed a way to kind of recoup some of that, and I wanted to do it this way. So this is what we started with. So it's not that I'm my point, long story long, because I don't know how to get to the fucking point about anything. Long story long, I'm open to other stuff, but I already bit off a lot. You'll see from my weekly wrap up that I did not read very many books this week because I put about 15 hours into sewing this week so that I could do this launch today. And I was able to listen to an audiobook, but I'm behind on a few things. So yeah, I just need to not put too much time into it. So the book sleeves, it's an easy pattern to cut and sew and get, and then I can make the money back for what I did pretty easily. So it would depend on what people want and the time and what I could make back from it, if that makes sense. So that's a lot of blabbing, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm open to other things, but for now, we're going to keep it low. And so I'm offering the pouches, the 2 different size book sleeves, and the keychains, and we're going to start with that. And then I'll have different patterns. So the next launch, I've said this to my patrons, I've said it, the next launch will have Fourth Wing designs and Throne of Glass designs. That's going to be the next like novelty designs. And then whatever other like nature or flower patterns I find that I want to throw up to offer some like cheaper options, that's going to be the next one. I also have plans to do kind of like romance themed ones. So I'm planning to do some sports romance ones. I have some dark romance ones. So there'll be, like I said, there'll be collections. So there'll be a dark romance collection, stuff like that. But I can't put too much time into this because this isn't making me like a ton of money. This is basically just to make back the money that I've spent on everything, right? Because I don't want to charge too much for these. These aren't the most skillful. They don't have buttons or pockets or whatever. I know some of you will always buy the stuff I make because you are the best people ever. But I also don't want to take advantage of people and be putting out shitty product just to do it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm rambling. Make me stop. Okay, we're done with the Patreon stuff. Time to get into some of these orders. So we have 7 orders to do so far. Okay, let's catch up on these comments, and then we will get rolling with these. Okay, so this is about why people get upset. Why get mad at someone just for their preferences? It's like getting mad at someone who chooses peanut butter over chocolate. Just don't see why it should be personal. I completely agree. Have you thought of adding randomly annotated books on your Etsy store? I've seen people adding them on there. You've put annotated books on there? I know I've seen people do like sprayed edges stuff or whatever. And I mean, I guess technically you're adding something when you do that. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Part of it, I don't know. Part of it is the money that I need to make off of doing those. You're right. I mean, they could be random ones. They could be ones that I have to do, but I already am so swamped with annotated books. Like I get people all the time wanting me to open more annotated tiers. And here's the thing. I could have 30 of those and I know those spots would be filled. I could be bringing in 1,000 more a month if I opened up more spots for it. But I don't ever want to just be like copy and pasting them, because what I'd have to do if I open more Patreon slots, I would basically have to say, okay, you all have to have the same book every month. I wouldn't be able to do 7, do 20 different ones. If I offered them on Etsy and I just did the ones I wanted, maybe, but I don't know. I also don't feel great about just like putting that up there because Etsy gets a cut of that. The taxes get a cut of that. The like shipping that goes on that. I don't know. I don't like all the things that get taken out to like buy a book from Amazon and then have to upcharge so much for my annotations and that to even like make my money back of it. I don't know. That's very flattering that people would want it. So we'll have to see. I have a fabric bookmark I like, and it's so simple. It just matches my book sleeves. So if you have extra fabric, that matches the sleeves. Bex, do you want to send me a picture of that? That seems interesting. The thing with like, doesn't that like hold your book open too much, or is it one of the corner ones? I'd have to test it out. Basically, I test out some of my designs on my patrons first. So like Patreon book boxes, they're getting some fun stuff in them this quarter. I'm very excited to do that. Fabric bookmarks. Cool. Could be cool. Do a thin layer of interfacing to stiffen it up. I mean, they also have, they have stiffening air. Honestly, I wasn't thinking fabric. I was thinking stickers that coincide with the sleeves. So that's interesting. Couple things with that. It's different. So this was actually because I actually had someone very kindly ask me if I was licensed to to do some of these ones that I did because they were worried about me possibly like getting sued. The fabric is licensed by the person who makes the fabric. So I don't have to have a license to have Disney made things, as long as you include the disclaimer that like I'm not connected with Disney at all. The person who made the fabric got the licensing covered for it. But if I were to just do stickers with like Harry Potter on that, I would need to like get a license, I feel like, to offer the stickers with that on it. From what I've seen, right? Like you see with Fourth Wing, there's people offering stickers that they designed that they have to get like licensed. I'm not saying that's impossible, but my Etsy shop for me is going to be stuff I've made with my own hands. So again, I hope that answers it. Like they're going to be things that I've crafted. If I offered stickers, that would be me having to like purchase stickers somewhere. Probably purchase the design because I'm not artistic enough to make it. So I would need to design it and purchase it and then offer it to you guys, which I would then need to offer it for upcharged by quite a bit, right? So a lot of people who offer those stickers, they have to do that, which totally works, right? Like I buy Lila Junko stuff. She's an artist. She designs those things. She gets them printed by someone else and then she offers them in her shop, right? Like her trope cards, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. She designs this and then a printer prints them and then she sells them to us. So that's what people do with the stickers. And I really want to offer the stuff that I make. So, yeah. So anyway, probably wouldn't do stickers that match because I don't want to get stuff licensed to have to worry about it. Just, I'm prepping for Throne of Glass sleeves. Yes, girl. Yes. Bookmark holders. Oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. One of the things I eventually do want to be able to do is be able to put a pocket on one of these. The thing too, I also share my sewing machine. If you've ever watched a vlog where I had a sewing machine in it, I have a mini sewing machine. I bought it before Christmas so that I could make book sleeves as gifts for my friends. And so I have this tiny sewing machine. That's another reason I don't do a lot of zippered things because my baby sewing machine can't handle zippers too well. It also can't handle more than like 4 layers of fabric. So I haven't tried doing pockets yet because they get so thick that I can't do that. Anyway, that's not what but I want to add pockets eventually because I think they'd be cute. I hope you do Historic Women's Collection. We'll get there. I found some cool fabric for that. On your book cover launch. Have a good night. Bye, Heather. Thanks for hanging out. Got it. Makes total sense. That sounds like headache. Yeah. And there's plenty of people who do it and they do it really good, but that's partial reason why, like, if you buy stickers on Etsy, why they're usually, like $3.50 for one sticker. Well, that's because that person probably had to, unless they're the artist for it, which a lot of people are. But like the designs that have Sarah J. Maas or Fourth Wing or like other authors' designs, like, there's going to be some Carissa Broadbent designs. Like you have to pay for the license to be able to create products to sell. And then you have to get them printed and get that stock in. And then what happens if you don't sell out of it or sell it all? Like you paid up front for it. So yeah, the only thing I'm really having to buy up front for I have to buy the fabric and that, and then I make it. So, okay. I'm caught up on the comments. Let's get started on these orders. So we have currently 7 orders put in here. Oh, cute. That is a pretty thin bookmark, Beck. Beck sent me the picture of it. That doesn't look too bad on a hardcover. It doesn't look too bad. I'll look into that. That's cute. Okay. Let me go to my orders and we will get started with these. All right. So the first order is for Chelsea M. And she picked one of these beauties right here. So this is going to be the one I pack up for her. All right, now we'll see how well my computer can handle everything. So I plugged in my printer over here. We'll see how this goes. I love these so much. They're so pretty. Sent you that. Yes, I like it. Idea for a bookmark. It could be a fabric tab with a ribbon attached. Essentially just a ribbon as the bookmark. Yeah, it could be. I just feel like you wouldn't ever have just a one piece of fabric because the other side would be blank then. So the picture that Beck sent me, it's two pieces and it probably has interfacing in the middle to stiffen it up, which is what Stacy said. I've seen that batting that does that. I've seen it at Hobby Lobby. So it's definitely possible. That is something I could definitely look into because I think it would turn out pretty good if I did that. So I'll look into it. We'll see. Because as someone mentioned before, it would be adorable to have matching. Yeah, that could be good. That definitely could be good. It's crazy about the listen. It's so crazy to listen about selling art about intellectual property when fan art artists sell so much art on art in shows, movies, and some books that they don't have license for them. Yeah, it's a very interesting discussion anyway. Just bought a scale for packages. Hopefully it will be cheaper for me to send packages. Yes. I use what do I use? When I'm using Etsy, Etsy has postage that is discounted from the post office, so that's great. And then I use ship. What is it called? Ship. Damn it! Now it's bugging me. ShipStation. I use ShipStation through PayPal for my books, and I'm able to get media mail shipping through there because, like, all of these books I can ship by media mail because I don't have anything else in them except the book. I just wrap it up. But yeah, having my own scale has saved me a lot of money. I actually don't think there's anything between to stiffen it because it's floppy and bendable. Well, yes, but there's still like a batting that you are able to like sew to, is what I assume. There might not be in yours, but there's a batting that's literally paper thin. It's just you like iron it onto the fabric and it helps you. It'll just help give it more structure. Again, yours might not have that. Definitely could be. Okay. So this one for Chelsea is going in the bag. I love this bag so much. It's so cute. Perfect. All right, one is done. All right. Next up, we have Megan L. Hello, my friend. Wait. Now I just freaked out. I said, where's my phone? Hold on. Yeah. we're good to go. All right. This one is also one of these ones. Night, everyone. It's 1:30 a.m. Good night, Star Cats. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. The site I found is Pirate Ship. Oh, well. That sounds cool. I know nothing about stuff. Yeah, girl. I know the very basics of it, but usually when you're going to make something that's a structure, they make extremely thin batting, and then they make all the way up to like really puffy padding that will actually protect stuff. But usually you need something to like sew into. So you wouldn't just have 2 layers of fabric, would be my guess. Especially for how neat the corners were. Hi, Rachel. Well, I didn't decide to go live until about 4 o'clock today, and I just wanted some company while I pack my Etsy orders today. So that's what we're doing. Packing an order for Megan right now. Megan is so sweet. She is actually very obsessed with book sleeves. So I feel very honored that she would buy one of mine when she has bought some very high quality ones before. So Megan, thanks for having my back. You're awesome. Okay. Also, I'm running out of my logo stickers, so I used my little thermal printer to print some of my logos out. So, because ordering a big batch of my labels, you know, my stickers costs so much money. Not so much, but like it's a good amount. So I was like, you know what? I already have thermal paper. We'll just go a little bit ratchet for it, and it'll be great. All right, let's print out this label. All right, order number 2 is done. All right, next we have Mary. And Mary got one of the Kindle sizes of Rip. So there we go. That one's so cute. Oh, I love this one. I love the inside fabric of this one too. It's so cute. I got grommets in the sleeve I previously ordered, and then use a keychain as a strap for it. I just carry my Kindle sleeve around like a pouch on my wrist. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is so cool. That's a good idea. I love that. Yeah, perfect. I should figure out how to put those in like one of the little like zipper pouches. That'd be great. I desperately need to invest in a book sleeve. I didn't know they existed until recently. I take my books to work and I always get paranoid they get messed up. Absolutely. Yep. I mean, I even use my Kindle. My Kindle is in a case and then it's also in a sleeve. But yeah, my books always used to get like dented in my bags and book bags. And I'm like, why did I never use a book sleeve before? Right? Why didn't I do that? Ooh, this tissue paper is being difficult. What about fabric book covers? Yeah, I probably wouldn't take those on. That's a cool idea, though. I've seen those. I mean, there's some standard sizes for things, but then there's the thickness of the book to worry about, like if that like fits it. So I don't think that I would do that. Like I said, we're keeping it simple. I'm sure I'll come up with some cool ideas along the way, but I also think that, you know, when you have new designs coming all the time, people will want a new one. People want to change it up. Things get dirty. People want to get something new. It happens. But yeah, I've seen some cool fabric book covers, but I mean, those would be cool if they were themed particularly, you know, like if I designed one that specifically goes on top of ACOTAR, then I could obviously be able to measure it so that it would fit like every copy of that one, you know, but I'm not going to be that intense about it for sure. All right, this one. Is going to marry. Just got to print a label. Cute little one in the bag. All right. Next up, we have Amanda's. And she has 3 of them. What size books fit in each of the sleeves? Good question. Let me grab these ones for Amanda, because she has different sizes here. So she got the 2 exclusive designs. Good job, Amanda. This was kind of like a secret because I didn't want to like make a huge deal, but there's 2 of these sleeves that I only had enough fabric to do 1 of each. And somehow Amanda zoned in on that and she picked both of them. So there's only 1 design of this one. This is the indie sleeve, as well as you could fit a Amazon Fire tablet in it. So this one can easily fit, you know, like an indie book in it. As well as, I mean, traditionally published book size 2 will fit in it. These are 6.5 to 7, just depends. I don't always perfectly sew perfectly the same size every time, right? But it will like always at least fit this. So this one is about like 6.5 by 9. So yeah, it'll fit that in there. Really nice. Then she also got one of these cuties. So this is the little size. This will fit the Kindle. I actually don't have my Kindle over here right now, but it'll fit the Kindle or pretty much any historical mass market, or, you know, any other mass markets you get. So those ones fit in there. Really nice. So she also got this. The other exclusive sleeve that Amanda ended up getting was this one, which I absolutely loved this. So part of the issue too with, so from Spoon Flowers, where I get these fun designs from, that's where I got this fabric and the Yellowstone fabrics and some of the, what's the other stuff that I got from there so far? The Yellowstone on the horsey fabric that I got. When I order a fat quarter of it, if you don't get it facing in the right direction, you're only able to cut 2 sides out of it. So this one and this one, I was only able to get 2 of these like out of it. So that was kind of a bummer. But oh my gosh, we used to get stretchy book covers. Right, Stacy? That's what it makes me think of too. That's so funny. You mentioned your trope cards. Which artist or Etsy shop do you get them from? Yes, so this is Lila Junco. She is where I get all my trope cards from. Lots of the stickers that I show. So like these pretty flower stickers, are from her store. I love her stuff. She does beautiful designs. So many pretty designs. It's looking at your zipper pouches to get my daughter, for she might need special girl supplies at school. Yes, I love these. So I'm planning to make a few more designs of these. Like I said, I have the Yellowstone ones cut out. I have some in the handkerchief pattern cut out, and I also have there's some other ones. Oh, I think I have a Mulan one cut out. Those ones are these are tedious for me to sew. Like I said, I am not the strongest with the zipper, and I only want to offer stuff for sale that is like really good quality, right? Like here's one. Look, I was going to list both of these. Look at this. I sewed one side upside down. So I'll probably do a giveaway of this eventually, because I just wouldn't sell this. Then I sewed it upside down. Some people won't care, but I care. And then I have this other one. So I haven't listed these yet because I'm going to make a couple more of them before I list it. But I do still have both of these ones up on there that I'd made. Okay, let's get back to this. Told you as a collector, beautiful things. Amanda, you did great, man. You snuffed these out. I love both of these. So I only had one of each of those. But yeah, these three are for you. So I'm going to get to wrapping these ones up. Going to need to pull out some more tissue paper. Let me just double check again. Indie sleeve. Those are both indie sleeves. And the other one is the Kindle size. Perfect. Beautiful. But yeah, I also eventually, the bigger sleeve that will fit a Kindle Paperwhite, as well as it should fit a hardback. Like it'll fit a Kindle Paperwhite that is like, stretched out. It'll stretch it out this way. And if it's a hardback, it'll like suck it in more. That one has a button on it, which I'm also not super great with buttons, but I figured it out. Those ones just also take me a very long time to make, and I will need to make those more expensive. So because they will probably need to be like, you'll see when I do it, those will probably need to be like $25. I want them to be very good quality if I'm going to ask for that for them. So I'm still working on those, but like I do have a Yellowstone one of those cut out, and I have one that has this sky design. That was my test one that I did. I did one test that when I cut it, it was completely too small, which was total bummer. It doesn't fit anything because it's too short for a book and it's too skinny to fit the thing. So that's why I did a test one of those. I'll maybe give it to one of my nieces for their like children's books or something, because it's such a weird size. But I'm excited. Definitely going to need to order one or two of the smaller sleeves for my historical romances. Yes. They're so cute. I love it. Also, like, I used my bigger ones when I went to Book Bonanza, right? Like, I pack my books in suitcases in them. I also do have some, like, bigger book sleeves that I had made for myself. Like, I've showed it in a vlog before. My first zipper pouch that I made is what I actually use for my cross stitching, which I don't want to get up to get it, but I made myself one of the Beauty and the Beast designs, and that is what I use for my cross stitching. I sewed in a little teeny pocket that I fit my scissors in, and that one's just for me, and it was a lot of work, so I probably won't offer that one. But again, someday, again, it's about if I have the time and what I have to sacrifice for my reading for. But in August, since I'm doing the historical romance, the romance readathon, and I have so many historicals to listen to, I'm hoping to get a lot of stuff pre-made and then just like release it in batches, you know, because it's more fun if you just release a few at a time. It's not like I'm a huge store or anything. It's mostly you guys who love me who are buying this anyway, because it means more when a creator you love made something more than just, you know, buying it from a store. I used to do the same thing. I mean, I have quite a few of Jessica from Peace Love Books. She used to have a store. And I would buy from her because I liked having something that she made. It wasn't because I couldn't find ones other places that I liked more. It's because I wanted to support her. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling about stuff now, but getting stuff done. But yeah. I'm excited to finish reading Aragon. So I might be cutting out some more patterns. I have to do a lot of cutting out and then ironing before you can sew. Because I have to like iron on the batting that's inside, which gets really hot in the summer because now our heat wave is supposed to start on Monday. So I will probably do that while I listen to the rest of Aragon, which I'm almost done with. I love Aragon so much. I said this, I shared on my Instagram. Christopher Paolini is actually coming to South Dakota for the book tour for Murtag. And my best friend, we read Aragon together when we were teenagers. And I was like, do you want to go to his book tour? And she was like, yes. So I'm very excited that she wants to go with me because I would have gone by myself. I totally would have done it. Also, I can use it as a business expense now. Single best part of this being my full-time job. Any travel that I do that's related to books is business expense. But yeah, very excited about it. I love handmade gifts, partly why I make all my holiday gifts for friends, right? Yeah, that last year I took on so much more than I could chew, guys, because I literally made book sleeves. I had never made them before. I taught myself how to do it on that tiny little sewing machine, and I made 30 plus book sleeves because I made them for a bunch of BookTube friends. And then I also made them for my top tier patrons. I sent a book sleeve with their book at the end of the year as a gift, which was really fun. I'm glad I was able to do that. But I bit off so much more I could chew. And then I ended up sewing a quilt. I hadn't sewn a quilt since my grandma helped me, I think, when I was 14. So I kind of went off the deep end. So I need to keep things simple. Sewing with that type of machine, literally, you can't hurt yourself. You can't really mess it up. It was $30. So someday also I might upgrade a machine. We'll see how well Etsy does for me, right? Because right now, what I had done, I'll tell you this. I found a mini sewing machine on Mercari first. I didn't know you could actually get a sewing machine that small. So I bought a new sewing machine on Mercari for $25. And it worked pretty good. I was just getting the hang of it, getting started. And then I broke something in it. And because it's so simple, it's not really something you can like take to one of the people and fix it. So I was like, damn it, I've already committed to making all these book sleeves, right? Like I bought all the fabric, I did all the stuff. So I was like, well, I'll just buy another machine, right? Because it's only $20 is what I paid. So I ended up looking on Amazon, and a brand new one was only $32. So that's the machine I have now. And I kept the old one because it was the exact same one for parts in case I need it. So anyway, that's my story with it. I hadn't sewed anything on a sewing machine since I was 15 years old. And I ended up making all of my Christmas presents last year. And I made gifts for my sister and my nieces. They absolutely loved their gift. I made them Harry Potter toy pouches. I made my sister a Beauty and the Beast book sleeve to go with Anastasia because I gave her Anastasia for Christmas. So yeah, it's been really, really fun. And I find it really relaxing. Like if I'm really antsy or whatever, I just like to do it. But again, part of that comes back to the fact that I keep my projects simple. Like I know a quilt doesn't sound simple, but because I chose a really simple pattern, like the quilt that I did is literally just squares and rectangles. It was relaxing. If I had tried anything more complicated than that, I probably would have got overwhelmed and then been like, fuck this, I can't do it. But I did start cutting another quilt out, but I'll probably save that till the winter time. Maybe I will yearly make a quilt. So like all the scraps I have left over from stuff, I cut them into the shapes I need. So at the end of the year, there'll be a quilt that has pieces from like all of the book sleeves that I did, which I just think is really cool. And I don't need another quilt. So maybe we'll like raffle it off for charity or something like that. I think that would be really cool. Or I'll just donate it, but maybe I'll raffle it off for charity because I'm cutting out all the pieces and I have a quilt on my bed. It's the one I made last year. So I don't know if I need it. Okay, so Amanda, these are your 3 right here. Let's get these packed up for you. Realize I forgot to put notes in some of these. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna put Amanda's in one of the big ones since it's a bigger one there. Did I get my AC fixed? It is not fixed yet, Allie. That is the great sadness of my life right now. So the maintenance man has done his part. He put in the new like outline for it because I need a bigger one. So I put that in, or he got that put in, but then the people never stopped by to drop it off. And now it's supposed to get really hot this week, and I don't have what I need, and I'm pretty irritated about it, not gonna lie. But like there's nothing my maintenance guy can do about it because the company that we get our ACs from, they have been back ordered and they got behind on stuff. So I mean there's nobody to really bitch to because it's not like my apartment can do anything about it. So I just have a fan pointed at me. And if it gets too hot to sleep, either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to go to my friend's house. So, okay, Amanda, yours is all packaged up right there. All right, let's see. I wish I could sew anything at all, but lazy and can't be bothered to learn. So I'm more than happy to support. I appreciate that, Amanda. That's how I feel about art and most things. So I'm happy to provide what you want for it. I love it. Recently found the card I sent you. Aw. And now I have stickers on my Kindle. Oh, Nina, that made me so happy. I love handmade gifts. I'm already planning the Christmas gifts I will be making this year. Yeah. I'm so glad I started when I did. I want to put that out there. Let me see what this next order is. Okay, the next one is an indie Baby Yoda. I love this fabric. I was so excited. I found this fabric in the discount bin, and it was a full yard, and I got it for a really good deal. So I'm so happy. I love this Baby Yoda so much. So cute. This is for Holly. Holly, I can't wait to send this to you. Everybody starts making for a crafter. We have to start. Yeah, I got to get started. Those lined up book sleeves are so satisfying to watch. I only sell bookmarks, but now I love seeing the stock before I send them. Right? Oh my gosh, I know. I decided to line these all up since it would be easier than like getting up every time. And I'm like, wow, I made so many of these. It makes me so happy. Hi, Monet. Happy Saturday. Wow, we've almost been going 2 hours already. Well, I'm almost out of orders unless anyone else wants to order tonight. I just have 3 left. And then I will need to get back to my reading because I don't think we'll have time for reading sprints on here tonight. And I need to get back to Aragon so that I can get to that. I love this Baby Yoda. I've never even seen the Star Wars with Baby Yoda in it, but I think he's so cute, and I love all of the merch that has him on it and everything. My homemade Christmas gifts consist of putting my dried herbs in jars and giving them as gifts. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love that. My mom, 2 years ago, she did canned cherries as gifts. She made she used black cherries, and then she makes this really good sugar brine for them. It's not called brine if it's made of sugar, but a simple syrup. And she gave those as Christmas gifts. They were amazing. It was better than getting a box of chocolates. It was so good. So I would love getting dried herbs for people. So the things you appreciate as an adult. I'm so weird. I either love very adult gifts or almost children's gifts. Does that make sense? I love getting things that kids would like, some toys, action figures, things like that, or else adult things like kitchen paraphernalia. I've gotten aprons recently. Tiff gave me that Jamie Fraser apron, which I just love. So it's funny how that goes. I either like kid things or very adult things, or money. Money's always good too. All right. This is for Holly, like I said. Let's get this going. Etsy's so weird. It always saves the weight of the item, but it never saves the size. I put in the same size every time in it. I need to do a preset also for the little sleeves. I don't have one in place, so. Oh, shoot. Didn't print that one. There we go. Whoopsie. I was like, why didn't it give me that? Because I skipped that step. All right. Holly's is done. All right. Next we got Megan M. Hello, Megan. You're so awesome. So she picked one of the Get Ripped baby sleeves. Love it. I love getting socks for Christmas now. Respect, man. Thank you for caring about the warmth of my feet. Respect, man. I love it. Have you read Steal Me? I have not, Monet. I have never heard of that author before. Are you still reading manga? Yes, I am. In fact, earlier this month, I just read 3 in one day. I was catching up on a couple series, so I definitely am still reading it. Someone actually just sent me some in the mail as well, which was really cool. Sarah sent me some. I just have to be in the mood for it, is what I am. I kind of burn myself out with some right away. So I got to be in the mood, but I definitely do. I have my shelf of it over there. I want to read the next. I've been reading them really slowly because I don't want to catch up, but I still have 2 volumes of Mafia is it Mafia Fiance? Mafia Married to the Mafia? I can't remember, but the Mafia series I love. So I've been slowly reading that one. Then I want to start reading Therapy Game, and I also want to read the next volume of Full Metal Alchemist, because I have the hardbacks of those. I got them around Christmas time, and I read the first one at the beginning of the year, and I really liked that. So yes, I am still reading it. It's just, I have to be in the mood for it. So I have quite the collection. I just got to be in the mood, because sometimes the stories hurt my brain a little bit. I know that's weird, but some days I either feel like I just can't focus in on it because they jump around so much, or else I feel like it goes too fast. I don't know. So like I said, I got to be in the mood. But earlier this month, I was in the mood, and I read 3 of them in one day, because I was like, all right, let's do it. Nina, I'm currently watching your old videos. I'm so happy to see you still on BookTube full-time now. You're a full-time BookTuber too. Yeah, Nina, I loved messaging with you the other day. I wish I need to watch some of yours and put the captions on, because I checked you out and I was like, oh no, I'm not smart enough to watch Nina's videos, so I need to give them a try. Your channel made me smile. Very bright colors and fun. So thank you so much for the support and for checking me out. I love it. I love being full-time. I really, really do. I think about if I was at the coffee shop yesterday just chilling, and I was like, man, remember when I would have been sitting at work on a Friday just waiting for the clock to turn? And instead I was sitting at a coffee shop annotating a book and knowing that I was like being paid to do it. It's literally the best feeling ever. And when I was filling out my expense report and thinking about how, man, this is intense, I'm still rather be doing this than anything else, which is amazing. So, all right. So yes, this one was for Megan M. And then we just have Stacy left. And Stacy also got Baby Yoda. Love it. I love seeing where all these packages are going to. Obviously, I'm not going to share that about anybody, but I like seeing it. I like seeing the diversity of y'all, where you live, and all the things. It makes me very happy. It's 2. All right. Okie doke. And just the last little Baby Yoda is gonna go to Stacy. So excited to send it your way. So cute. He's so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Honestly, I just feel so lucky. If y'all were around when I did lose my job, I was just literally dumbstruck. I've never been let go of a job before, which, okay, there is saying that. The job before that one, the guy went out of business, right? He went out of business. But I wasn't let go that day. I had 6 weeks notice, basically. He gave me a lot of time. He helped me find another job, which was amazing. I've never had that, and I'm very lucky it's never happened to me. Very lucky, because I know it's happened to other people that they've gotten their pink slip going into the day. I've seen it happen to people at Microsoft. It is happening to a lot of people at Microsoft. Microsoft's where I worked before I worked for a small business. And to go into work one day and you're just thinking about your weekend plans and I was excited for Easter with my family. And then to be told, please, you need to leave the office within the next 30 minutes. It just makes you feel like a criminal. And even though they're like, we would work with you again, and please sign this NDA, and here's your severance pay, and like all this stuff, it just makes you feel like a criminal, like you did something wrong, even when it's just a business decision, you know? And then I was absolutely panicked. And you guys, whether you were here when that happened and you were one of the people who told me to go for it, or you're someone who's joined since then, like every one of you makes it happen. Every one of these little orders makes it happen. Every video you watch, every thumbs up you give, whether you're someone who is a $50 patron, a $1 patron, or you just watch my videos faithfully, like you make it so I can do this. People don't like me. People say bad things about me. It's you guys who keep me going. That doesn't happen all the time, like I said. People aren't just like mean all the time, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. But it's still the best decision that I ever made. And I mean, I get asked by family members and friends, and not in a mean way, but they're like, what are you up to? What are you doing? Is it still working for you? And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's going good. I mean, I have debt I want to pay off. I'm trying to grow my business without just having to like continually like pump the same people for money. You know what I mean? Like that's something that's hard. You don't want to just be squeezing the life out of people. But there's some people who are super supportive and they're able to do that. And then you meet new people along the way who they're able to add some support to it too. So yeah, I've just been extremely lucky all the way around. Extremely lucky. It's not always about climbing corporate ladders and trying to make $1 billion. Yeah. Oh, exactly. I mean, to be honest, since I left Microsoft, I've only lost money. Like I've had to take out quite a bit of my like 401k. Each job that I took was less time off, was less holiday pay, was less money. But I've become happier with each like step down that I've taken. I don't know. I know that's weird, but I definitely don't consider living my best life as a content creator a step down, but other people would, because I do go like paycheck to paycheck with this, but it's still the most rewarding stuff that I do. And I've been able to do more things. I've been able to be there more for my family. I've been able to experience so many more things because of this. So it's all been worth it. The sleeves are so cute. Thank you, Anne. The fabric is adorable. I can't wait for my next drop that I'm going to do. It's going to be so fun. I was let go when my boss sold his business to a bigger company in early 2022. Thankfully, I had 2 jobs, and I was able to move full-time to the other. Oh, that's amazing. It still sucked after developing relations with customers. Yeah, that is tough. That is tough. Like, I wasn't as involved with customers at the last job that I had as I was, with other things, but there were still people that like I was their first point of contact when they call in, and like I'm, the one who did what the boss needed me to do, and you feel very useful. And then when they're just like, actually, we don't have the money for you, bye, it makes you feel like it was all like a lie, that they like didn't really need you at all. So it definitely can give you a bit of an existential crisis about how necessary you actually are, which can be tough, but definitely worked out for the best. All right. And unless there are any more orders coming in, I think that we got through everything. Let's see here. right. These will get dropped off on my way to church tomorrow. Won't ship out until I'm sure Sunday, but they will all be on their way anyway. That's amazing. I think the freedom and confidence of being your own boss must be so rewarding. I mean, it definitely is. You guys make it so rewarding. It's just so great to have a job that you love. Yes, it's the most important thing for me. The stress of the paycheck is just less impactful than not being happy at your job. Definitely true. Definitely true. And there's slowly things that are working themselves out too. I mean, I've definitely found ways to supplement, right? Like opening the Etsy shop, adding, discovering new tiers to create my Patreon, making more videos than I was ever able to do before. I haven't been able to add much to it. My patrons know I have a possible job offer with an author coming up, but it's put on hold kind of for the rest of the summer. But, that's an opportunity I wouldn't have been able to take before. I've been able to last minute go to Book Bonanza. I wouldn't have been able to do that before. I'm able to go to my family at the drop of a hat when I wasn't able to do that before. So the cards have all played how they were supposed to go. You know what I mean? I love it. Thanks for the info. I just grabbed Throne of Glass. Oh, yay, Shan. I hope that you like it. That series does it starts very YA, but it builds quick. She always meant it to be more towards adult than that. She'll say even herself, she was really put into YA by the industry, even though all of her characters are new adult stuff, So even if the first one isn't perfect for you, give it a chance. Because she also started that one when she was a teenager. So I think they grow very well. They hold up very good. Can't wait for you new babies. Thanks you for your labor of love. Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. I hope you love them. They're so pretty. I love those. So yeah, well, this was awesome. That took just about 2 hours. It would have been a little faster if I hadn't have talked the whole time, but it was a good chat, and it was definitely more fun than doing it by myself. So yeah, those will all get dropped off tomorrow. The Patreon books will go out hopefully by Wednesday if you're a patron. Like I said, I just have to wait for my next Patreon payday so that I can buy all the shipping for those. And I will draw a winner of Against the Wall. And then, yeah, these will still be up in the shop. The coupon is always there for you. We still have the pretty space ones. There's still one of the large rip one left. There isn't any of the small ones left. I still have some of these Harry Potter ones, the cute little Harry Potter figures. Those are all the large ones that I have. Then we still have the Zodiac sleeves, some of the blue and purple planet ones. Still these really pretty horse designs. These ones are really pretty. But we do have one of the small ones left. We have one of the small rip ones left. There are still the Yellowstone with just the design and the cowboys on it. I have some small ones of the Harry Potter and these cute ones with little owls on it. There's also Gryffindor sleeves, Mulan sleeves, one shell one left, one handkerchief left, two of the cornflower cotton ones left, and one strawberry left. So those are all still on the site and will be there for now. And then over the next couple weeks, I will be getting the next drop done. So when these ones sell out, they'll sell out. If people request it, I'll order more fabric for these, but I'll probably just be moving on to other designs going forward. So thank you all for joining me and making this so much fun. I'm going to go back to reading Aragon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.